These modern day so-called black men, so cowardly and so pathetic. I've never heard, when I was growing up, when I was wearing a bow tie in the Nation of Islam in the early 80s, I never heard even the most pitiful, listen, I never heard the most pitiful man blame black women, their mother, their sisters, ex-girlfriends for anything. I never heard this. This is something absolutely new. It goes to show us how we have truly deteriorated as a so-called people when the man, the male, is supposed to be protector and provider of women, now blame women for all their problems and blame women for everything bad, negative that goes on in the so-called black community, of which really don't exist either, because the male, of whom is supposed to be the provider and the protector, has not done his job. The women are in the condition they are in because they are not protected and they are not provided for. So she is in a situation where her man is a beggar, but you want to be respected like you really bring in the bacon. You beg the white man for a job. Why she can't beg the same white man for a job? In fact, not too long ago, both of you worked for free for the white man for over 300 years. Both of you did. Probably on the same plantation. I want to talk about these Negroes with this sick mentality. What brings me to this particular topic is that in the news feed, whatever on the side when you're watching YouTube videos, I just saw the title. And this Negro, in the title, it was saying something to the point, look how New Edition's mothers treated them or whatever, black women and something. I forgot exactly what the title was, but it pissed me off. I did not even listen to the video at all because I've heard this from these pathetic black males on YouTube going on 10 years, the same foolishness. I already know exactly what they are going to say. So I'm here to defend. Unlike these other males, I am going to defend the black woman. And personally, I have been hurt by black women, done truly bad. I could also say the same type of things if I wanted to. But unlike them, I'm not going to blame our people, our sisters, because I had a bad experience with Godzilla lady over here, Gomorrah lady over there, and whatever. And in some cases, it probably was my fault. That's my own personal crap that I deal with. Has nothing to do with what women are in general. You don't know our sisters. Go out and talk. Why don't you go out and talk to them at the mall? When you see a sister with red and pink hair, whatever, instead of being scared of her, why don't you talk to her? Sister, why you have green, pink, and hair? Why don't you wear your hair now? Why don't you talk to our people? But you're gonna, with your cowardly, pathetic, pitiful self, you're gonna come on social media and why they got the pink hair, why they got the red hair, why they wear the weave. Why don't you ask them? Are you scared they're going to bite? I ask sisters and brothers questions all the time. Brother, why you wear your pants sag? Is it a style? I don't understand. Why you put tattoos all over your body? Got all these things in your nose. And I ask people questions all the time. What you scared of? But let me get back before my time runs out to this issue of New Edition's mothers. Let us understand the number one thing here. Music is a business. There are business courses that you can take in relation to business. It's a business. New Edition's mother had children. The only thing the children wanted to do, they wanted to sing. They did not know the music business. The mothers was thrown into a situation. They did not have time to research and do anything. It's the music business. There are very few people who have come into the music business and did not get ripped off. The Jacksons talked about Berry Gordy. Tony Braxton and TLC talked about Babyface and then LaFace Records, and Little Richard talk about getting ripped off. It's the music business. We love to entertain, we love to sing and dance, but when we talk about making money, and you got all these sharks and these leeches who don't have no talent, they are after the money and blood sucking the real talent. You do all the singing and they make all the money off of you. It's nothing new. It's the music business. Then these mothers, the New Editions, of which I love New Edition. Ralph, Bobby, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Johnny Gill. Did I miss somebody? But yeah, I love their music. I did not know they went through all this. I thank BET for that bio about New Edition. But it's the music business. And they were children. They don't know anything about the music business. And they were minors. The mothers are responsible for them. So the children are ignorant and the mothers are ignorant. And so they was taken advantage of. There was only one person in the mix that probably could have helped them do better, but they cast him to the side because it looked like he was ripping them off too. So it was all a mess, and they want to blame the mothers. Now, also you do have parents who will exploit their children. That's true. Not necessarily black women, the mothers. You have fathers, such as in the case of what's his name, the little brother. I liked him too. Wonderful actor, Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman complained about his mother and his father ripping him off when he was a little boy, taking all his money, spending all his money. How do you explain that? Coming from a two-parent household. Y'all love to say that. The single mothers. Well, these single mothers did the best they could according to their knowledge. Unfortunately, it's the music business. It's a good thing that as time went on, the young men Michael Bivins began to explore. See, the others didn't even try to explore and understand the music business. Michael Bivins took it upon himself to learn and understand the business that they were in. Gary Coleman, coming from a two-parent household, Gary Coleman went to court and battled his parents for years over the money that he made as a child star. So you please explain to me, you keep talking about how two-parent households is better. Well, you had two parents in a household, both of them was greedy, according to Gary, cheating him out of his money. And you had New Edition's mothers who was doing the best that they could because these boys wasn't making no money. The mother still had to take care of them and the other children in the family. They lived in the projects for years because they were getting ripped off by everybody. Because of ignorance, not because they did not want to do better. Now, again, you had Gary Coleman, two-parent household. Explain that to me. It is not the quantity of parents in a child's life. It is the quality. A single mother trying to go to college, trying to raise her children, trying to work a job, doing the best she can, is a better parent than a two-parent household with two crackheads. In the 80s, you had two-parent households. The father was a crackhead and the mother was a crackhead. But that's supposed to be better. It's the quality of parents. What makes a good community? It's the quality of the people, not the quantity. We who only have a block, if we care about each other and watch for one another, we are better than a whole town where everybody is trying to leech and get over on everybody else. And you have a whole town, but you have this little neighborhood where everybody's watching for everybody and caring. That's better, but you don't have the quantity. You don't have a lot of people. When you grasp that concept, maybe y'all, you're sick. And see, the reason why you do this is because you don't want to blame massa. You don't want to talk about what they call pink supremacy. Y'all call white side pink supremacy. You don't want to talk about the racism. But that is how it is when you talk about people suffering under abuse. Many times, when people suffer under abuse, they blame themselves or another victim. So you decide to direct your anger and your frustration at another victim, of which is the black woman, and sometimes y'all target children. Oh, he was a thug. I made a comment on a video where they was talking about Emmett Till was a thug and wanted to blame black men for killing Emmett Till. I don't know how they came to that conclusion. I don't know when that happened, because the murderers of Emmett Till confessed and the jury let them go. So there was no need. So there was no need to look for a scapegoat. They already knew that this all pink jury was going to let them free. But that's how it is when a person is abused. They blame themselves for their abuse. They blame other victims. They never lash out. They never talk about the actual oppressor. So with that said, I didn't get as angry as I thought, I guess, because I got it all out of me before I sat before the camera, because it really pissed me off. When men attack women, when men attack children, when so-called men really act like a bunch of cowards, they will murder other black people, talk about other black folks, but when it comes to these races, they sit there nasty, stinking butt down. Really pathetic. That's why.
Things that make you go, you know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say, may seem terrible, but my God, I didn't know you were black.
And I know many of us we claim that we love truth. But from my going on 10-year experience on social media, it is quite clear that we are not interested in truth. Because in order for you to love truth, then you must accept and embrace reality. And in the acceptance of reality, there is no need to believe. But many of you are believers in something. If you must believe, then you might have a little truth, 2 or 3 ounces of truth, some truth, but you do not have anywhere near or close to the real truth, because truth requires no belief. You don't have to believe in what is true. If an apple is an apple, I don't have to believe in nothing else. It's an apple. I don't have to say, well, I believe it could be an orange. No, it's an apple. There's no room for belief when you are seeking the truth. Let us talk about the truth. The truth that most of you are not interested in, period. And you want to know why? I'm going to explain to you why you really don't like real truth. It's very simple, but I'm going to tell you from my experience as a child. As a young boy, I was very creative. And to a certain point, I still am creative. I had a vivid imagination. I could tell stories, and no story would ever be the same. In fact, I would forget the last story. There was no need to really remember the last story because I always was creating something new. I was a good storyteller. I watched television, and when I was a child, I would look at the soap operas, and my mother would be cooking, and like I said, I studied those soap operas, and my mother would be cooking, and I would begin to tell and act out the characters in a soap opera. And you would think I was a child, maybe 8, 9 years old or whatever. You would think my mother would not be interested in a child just acting out, you know, playing with himself, not playing with myself. Y'all nasty. But I was just acting and carrying out, pretending to be each character and performing a soap opera in front of my mother. And I didn't know whether or not she was really paying attention to what I was doing. And so the soap opera came to an end. I was getting ready to leave. And my mother said, hey, where you going? What's going to happen? And a smile came on my face, and I was like, wow, Mama interested in my soap opera. And so I told Mother, I said, you have to wait till tomorrow, because that's how the soap operas would do. They would always leave you with a cliffhanger, and that's the way I would leave my soap opera. So Mama would have to wait till tomorrow, and I'll come and watch her cook, and I'll do the next story. That was something else. Now, in my storytelling, I also learned, if I wanted to, and I could still do it today if I wanted to, I learned how to lie. And when you tell a lie, make sure that you always say the same thing you said when you first told the lie. Because if you don't tell the lie the same way that you told it originally, people will catch on and you get caught up in your lie. It'll be all messed up and you could get your butt kicked and so forth and so forth. So one day, I just wanted some attention from everybody. And I wanted to make people laugh. So I came in, I don't even know what the story was about, but I came home and everybody was, you know, all the family was there. We was talking. And I told my mother and my siblings this story and they was laughing. The story made everybody laugh. So I accomplished what I wanted to do. I wanted to make everybody laugh about this story. But the problem here is that the story was a lie. It was fabricated. It was not true. I just wanted to get a laugh. So later on, I would go back. I returned to my family members, including my mother. And I told them, I said, look, y'all, I want to be honest with you guys. That did not happen. I made the story up. It is not true. I'm telling the family it's not true. But my mother, oh, let me back up. When I first told the story, my mother said, boy, you're lying. Stop that lie. You're telling a lie. I forgot, in the old South, I forgot what you telling a fib. You're telling a lie. Don't, get out of here, boy. But I stayed on point. I told the lie exactly and kept repeating the lie. Kept repeating the lie. I told the story. And eventually, they believed what I said. They believed the lie. So now, I come back and tell the truth and told my people, including my mother, I said, look, it was a lie. Whatever. My mother refused to believe it. My mother refused to believe that the story was a lie because she enjoyed the lie. It made her laugh. It made her smile. She really liked the lie. And I tell you something else about telling a lie. The person that tells the lie, you know, I know that it's a lie. But if you tell the story enough, you begin to believe the lie. Oh, are you listening to what I'm saying? The liar can tell the story enough, knowing that it's a lie, but the liar will begin to believe that the lie is true. It was a point that I actually believed that this really happened. But I know it's a lie. But here I am, I'm the liar. I begin to believe that the lie is true. Here's my victims, because the lie made them feel good. They believe that the lie is true. Wow. That's your problem. Brothers and sisters, the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin. That's the problem. We have fallen in love with fabrication. We have fallen in love with these delusions because they make us feel good. No more, no less. Has nothing to do with anything. It makes my day. I have low self-esteem. It gives me high self-esteem. It gives me something to be proud of. These black conscious, black power teachings, these makes me feel good. And I don't have to do no real work. The only thing I have to do is go to a debate, turn on my computer, and watch YouTube videos. I really don't have to do anything. I'm not required to do anything except really believe in the lie, in the fabrication. And sometimes send money to those who tell the story good. Could y'all pay me, mama, sisters, brothers? I never did get paid for telling this story. I don't even remember what it actually was. But everybody liked the story. Especially my mother. And my mother really liked the story because, unfortunately, in her life, there really wasn't a lot of happy times. There really wasn't a lot of moments where she could really feel good. And in this instance, I brought her a story. Besides my soap opera, I brought her a story, and she really, really enjoyed herself. And she refused, just like y'all do, because it make you feel good. There's no happiness in my life. I'm oppressed by these racists. I'm underpaid at work. I'm going to get a divorce next week. My children ain't behaving like they should. Tell me a lie. There's an old commercial about Calgon. It's some type of something for your bath. And you put this soap in your water and you take a bath. And this Calgon's supposed to make everything else go away. You don't think about nothing else except the calm and the smells and the aroma. You enjoying your bath. And see, that's what it is. In our love for these teachings, these black teachings, they make you feel good. You get in the bathtub of black power and black conscience, and you say, Calgon, take me away. But like all things, brothers and sisters, all good things come to an end, and usually the pleasure that we seek is temporary. You can't stay in the bathtub the rest of your life. You got to come out of the bathtub. These teachings only soothe you for a little while. They offer you temporary relief from oppression. They don't give you a real answer for the solution to your problem. They only make you feel good. So you have all these teachers been around for generations, and there are thousands and thousands of you who believe these teachings, this black scholarship, and you remain in the condition that you're in. You feel good, but your condition is not good. It remains the same. And you continue to complain. We must become an adult and accept the fact and accept the reality of our situation, and then act in the appropriate manner until
Things that make you go,
You know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say,
this may seem terrible, but my God, I didn't know you were black.
I rarely speak about Hollywood. I don't care about what the celebrities are doing, the stars. I don't care about being entertained. The purpose of this ministry is to seek liberation for the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin. And I have always been the mighty one, Angel Snub Nub 7. I welcome you to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth. And I am also your soul brother number one. With that said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be very short and simple straight to the point, things that make you say, say it for a third time. Again, I don't keep up with celebrity entertainers, singers, and dancers or whatever. Really not interested. But I just wanted to say a little something about this recent thing. I keep hearing about the soul singer, gospel singer rather, Kirk Franklin, wore some type of dress looking thing. I seen a picture of it. It looked like he was wearing some kind of pants and had some kind of skirt. Woo, Negroes, man. But oh man, he was wearing I guess some kind of pants and had a dress, some kind of skirt over his pants, and y'all was really tripping off of that. And Kirk needs to be a comedian, really. The whole thing is funny. But see, I don't trip off of Kirk Franklin. He's not a black liberator. He's not a black revolutionary. He's certainly not black conscious. None of those different things. So whatever a dark European does, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked, because a dark European basically is out of his or her mind, and they are just out there drifting. And he claims he found Jesus, but clearly Jesus is not doing the job. If you have this man who confess a belief. Matter of fact, speaking of Kirk Franklin, I heard that he has a problem with his belief in Jesus and all that stuff now. Why? So I don't know what's going on with Kirk Franklin. Woo! But anyway, getting back to his to his dress, I mean, it's so funny to me. I'm thinking about the picture of Kirk, and it's just funny to me. Kirk wow. But see, in America, you can do what you want. In America, I don't know what you so upset with Kirk Franklin. What? Because he's a Negro? Because he's black? Everybody, black people don't represent me. Negroes don't represent me. They don't represent you. When they talk about hood rats and ratchets and thugs, and they're not talking about me. That's that group of dark-skinned folks. We are in our own little groups, doing our own little thing. I don't know why people get upset with Kirk Franklin. Is he part of your group? Is he embarrassing your group? Is he part of you? I'm pretty sure Kirk don't know anything about you, so I don't know how you should feel embarrassed because he's black. Whatever Negroes do, dark Europeans, so-called Negroes in America, you can do whatever you want. You can express yourself any kind of way that you wish. You are free to do that in America, especially when you're not bothering anybody. Kirk Franklin wearing a dress, how does that bother me? Causes me no harm. It takes no food off my table. Kirk Franklin can wear a full-fledged dress if he wants to, and some men do. And we want to talk about this dress thing real quick. But in America, again, you can express yourself any kind of way that you want to. You can paint your hair pink and green and blue. Put tattoos all over your body, all kinds of crazy looking stuff. Pierce your whole face up. You know, get plastic surgery, make yourself look like the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. Whatever. I mean, why are we upset about what these folks do? So what? Who cares? In America, you could do that. In fact, now you might think that this is really crazy, but some people, if you're a Christian, some folks think that you look funny. If you're a black Muslim, what you run around here with that bow tie talking about a bean pie? They talk about you. They don't like that. So I mean, you can think that you're normal, but in somebody else's eyes, in this nation, you funny looking. What makes you so special? What makes you normal and I am abnormal? In America, you can express yourself how you wish. Kirk Franklin does not belong to a group of people. You say, well, he's an African American, he's black. Technically, dark-skinned people in America, we are called black people, but we are not black people. Because within a people, there is a code of conduct. Where if you are part of a people, there are certain things that you are expected to do and not to do. This is a part of being part of that people. When you look at the Jewish people, you always have outsiders, but in general, Jewish people don't do certain things. You will not, chances are you will never see a Jewish person go on a stage with a dress and, like Kirk Franklin. They are not going to tolerate it, and chances are, if they did, they would be ostracized. You're no longer part of this group. So see, but unlike the Jew, Kirk Franklin doesn't have to worry about that. Because really, he's not part of a people. He's how can I explain this? He's called, or people place him among a certain group and call them a people, but there are many groups, and we are not a people. There's the black Muslim group, the Hebrew Israelite group, the Christian group, the Republican group, the Democratic group, the gay group, the lesbian group, however you want to call it. It's all a bunch of groups, but they are not under one umbrella like the Jewish people. So Kirk Franklin does not have to worry about breaking a code of conduct and being ostracized by his people. He is still accepted by this so-called people. Now, what is a dress? Well, a dress is nothing. Well, you expect Kirk Franklin to wear a pair of pants, which I think that's what he did, but he put a mini skirt or something over it or whatever. But men, I mean, it's supposed to be normal that men are supposed to, I guess you think they wear dresses. I mean, pants, excuse me, because there are so many guys nowadays who have no problem with wearing a real outright dress a female would wear. Now, what is a pair of pants? Basically, a pair of pants is nothing but a divided dress where you have separate legs. That's all that a pair of pants really is. Now, the problem with pants, and pants are supposed to be associated with the male gender. And women should not wear pants. It says in your religious teachings that women should not wear the clothes of men and men should not wear the clothes of women. However, there is a big problem with wearing pants, especially for females, because you may not realize it, black woman, Caucasian woman, Indian woman, whatever female that likes to wear. I know you like wearing pants, but the problem with wearing pants, even for men, is that wearing pants traps the heat of your genitals, your private parts. And the sweat, your body's always sweating, and the woman's female, your private part creates a lot of heat. And when you got heat and moisture, it creates bacteria and yeast infections, and it can get really, really nasty down there. And a lot of women have begin to develop female problems because you got that heat down there. There's nothing to keep your private area cool. That's the purpose of a dress, so that you can have an area so fresh air can always be going in and out up under your dress to keep your private parts cool. The same thing for men. Because men wear pants, they don't like to talk about it, especially when the pants get a little on the tight side. This causes a lower sperm count because that excess heat burns your sperm up, kills the sperm. The heat kills the sperm. Also, you still have the moisture problem, the bacteria. It get really stanky and messy down there. Y'all know that. And for those of you who are historical, ancient men did not wear pants. They wore dress-looking things. In Europe, the Scottish men wore something called a kilt. So, you know, you don't see men, because men have the same problem as women. You have to have dress in a manner because your genitalia get trapped between your legs. That gets hot, and you know what happens when moisture combines with heat and the microbes. It can get really stinky. It can cause great disease. You know, that's the problem with wearing pants. So in a way, our friend, our soul brother, even though he's a little on the, he's a lot on the confused side. Soul brother Kirk Franklin really has a good idea that we need to develop a way of dress out of how we are dressing today, because that's the problem with wearing pants. This is the reason why ancient men did not wear pants the way that we wear them today, because they understood that nasty problem. And since a lot of ancient people didn't or could not bathe normal, could not take a bath every day, you needed to dress in a manner so that you can be more you can be more hygiene and keep yourself cool so you don't sweat, because sweating, that moisture creates funk, and we don't want to be funky, and that's the problem. So let us not trip off for poor Kirk Franklin. He's a lost brother. You know it and I know it. But also at the same time, this issue about wearing pants, we need to look at it again and stop copying other folks. And since we're so historical and know so much, then we know that there is this problem with pants. And we need to go to ourselves, design our clothes to better fit a situation, to make us more healthy, and also to take us up out of a dress and a style that was forced on us by foreign people. See?
Things that make you go, you know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say,
This may seem terrible, but my God, I didn't know you were black.
Okay, coming right back at you. Man, I have done about at least, 5, 6 videos today. And for those of you who really know me, you could tell I really don't feel like making video, but I want to. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. But I just want to do it, because if I don't do it now, I just don't have the time like I used to, and I want to talk. So please bear with me. And these last few videos, I have entitled them Things That Make You Say, wow. Now this subject, and I'm going to take a break. I have 3 more videos I would like to do before the day is over. And I'm going to upload the first set and then do the rest, hopefully. And before the day is over, I want to talk to us. I want to make us think. I want you to make me think. Don't get angry. There are some, I don't get it. There are so many persons who simply get angry at you because you ask questions. They get angry at you because you expose something and they like it, and because you have exposed it for being something that it really is not, they get very, very angry and upset, and even will threaten your life and wish to cause you harm. Wow. The only thing you have to do is just refute what is said. If it's an apple and it's really an apple, just show and prove that it's really an apple. Don't get angry at me because I'm telling you that it's an orange. Although it's orange, although it looks like a citrus fruit, although it came from an orange tree, but you want to tell me that it's an apple, just show me that it's an apple. The problem is we become angry at ourselves because we want to believe that it's an apple, and somebody is messing up messing up our high. You ever mess with a drug addict and they trying to get high and feel good off their drugs, and you messing with them and telling them you shouldn't be doing that and bothering them, and they'll tell you, get away from me. You're messing with my high. You're bothering me. You're interfering with their high. So the Realist Temple on Earth, this ministry, I am interfering with a lot of people's high because they know, and I both know, we both know that what they believe in, what they're talking about, it is either not valid, it is false. But it makes me feel good. I'm sorry. But just like your religious teachings talk about, when you was a child, you spake like a child. But now you are an adult, and we still think like children. We hold on to Santa Claus. Now we have these adult versions of Santa Claus, these adult versions of these fantasy stories. Let it go. Grow up, man. Let it go. Grow up, sister. Brother, let that stuff go. When you gonna grow up? What makes me laugh is the subject that I've chosen to talk about real quick. And you do see the title. It's called Women Kissing Women. Things that make you go, Now, as a male, I cannot comprehend, and I would not like to be around men kissing another man. It's not going to happen. I don't care what you do in your life. Don't bring that stuff around me because we're going to have some problems. I don't want to see a man kissing a man. I don't want to see a woman kissing a woman. But I definitely, as a male, I don't want to see a man kissing a man. If that's in your bedroom, why don't you keep it in your bedroom? I don't even like seeing when men kiss women. I mean, if you want to do all that stuff, get it in your, take it to your bedroom. You're kissing this man, you're kissing this woman. Next thing you know, y'all shooting at each other. What does it prove? Y'all a bunch of fakes anyway. So here you are, you want to show the world, we so in love, we so in love. Next thing you know, the police getting called. because y'all was fake to begin with, trying to prove that you going overboard trying to prove that you love somebody. Get out of here with that. But anyway, back to the topic, women kissing women. I don't get why would a woman want to kiss another woman? I don't get that. Why would a woman want to judge another woman bathing suit contest, Miss Universe? You have women judging these beauty contests, and the women come out. Sometimes, like the Hooters thing, you got women judging, and the woman come out, and she got this string between her backside and her putty tat hanging out. How could a woman? Why would you want to see another woman in your face putting her putty tat in your face and this string between her crack of her backside? What kind of enjoy? How could you tolerate? Why would you want to look at that? Actually, men should not want that. No real man wants to take his woman, put her on a show so other people can see her putty tat and her naked backside. No real man would do that to a woman. No real man wants to see a woman as a prostitute, as a stripper, and all this other stuff that's going on. But you have women that actually judge these contests. It's sick. Something unnatural is going on. When I was a boy in high school, we used to have to take gym class. And after we did gym class, there was a common shower. And so everybody had to get naked. There was no private stalls. Everybody had to get naked in order to take the shower. And I refused. And the teacher told me, well, if you don't take a shower with everybody, you won't get a good grade. I don't care, man. And the teacher told me, y'all all got the same thing. You know, I said, no, sir. No. You have your thing. He got his thing. So-and-so got his thing. I got my thing. I don't want to see y'all thing. I don't want to see this. I'm not taking a shower with you cats. No, I'm not doing it. So this is Jim, and I barely passed the class with a C- and a D. Because I don't want to see naked men, their penises hanging out, and then you have some of these guys, they want to play with you and pretend that you're a girl and grab on you while you're naked in the shower. I'm not going through all that. No. So you have these women, and I'm wondering, why would a man think that this turns me on when a woman kiss another woman? How is that a turn on? It's because in this society, we are sick puppies. You are sick. You're out of your mind. You're insane. You're crazy. This comes from out of women being exploited by men for centuries. And it's gotten to the point where the women want to be like the abuser, like to be the oppressor. So the oppressor likes to see naked female booty and vagina on a stage. And now you have women. You have women that will sit and judge other women on a stage and look at their vaginas and their putty tats all out and their nakedness and their... What woman wants to see that? But that's because women have been conditioned and she has become like her oppressor. And so now she don't... Oh, wow. So now the woman does not mind oppressing other women. It's the same thing with racism. The so-called black people in America. We want to be like Caucasian people. And Caucasian people exploit black folks. So you have a certain group of dark-skinned people who want to do the same thing like the oppressor, the abuser. They call another black man nigger. They call another black man Sambo, another black man coon, because they want to be like the abuser. They want to be like the oppressor. Wow. You want to act like the one that has exploited or abused you. So you have women who act like men, even to the point where some of them dress like men, their voice, some of them sound harder than men. They want to be stronger than men. They want to be like the one who has oppressed them. And then they don't target men for their aggression. They target women. It's the same thing among the Negro, the black folks. You get angry, you get upset, and you want to be like Massa, you like the pink people, the racist pink people, and you don't lash out at them. It's the black woman. She do this. It's the black man. It's the black children. It's other black folks that you target. It's psychological. It's a sickness. And we are in it. Some of us think that we are not affected. You're not looking at your own behavior. This is a part of what happens when you are in an abusive relationship. There are some men who actually love black women. I mean, I take that back. I'm wording that incorrectly. There are some men who actually love women and would not hurt them. There are, contrary to popular belief, there are many Caucasian people who actually would treat black folks with justice and live with them in equality. But in general society, it's racist. It hates dark-skinned people. It hates women. And when you live in a society that hates women and hates dark-skinned people, then you get what we have right now today. And it's no shock. And then you have silly Negroes that copy their massa, talk about, man, that turns me on. Women, you know, when a girl kisses another girl, that turns me on. You are a damn fool. You are a sick, demented, insane fool. There's no other way that you can describe it. But the problem here is they don't even know, because it's become an acceptable way of life. Insanity. Jot down your comments. Until next time, y'all. As important. Till next time, I wish us love, peace, and soul.